What happened to Russ, bro? On God. It's messed up what happened to Russell Westbrook. Once one of the most electrifying players in NBA history, a man who could bend the game to his will through sheer force of passion, now stands as the league's most misunderstood veteran. His fall wasn't sudden. It was a slow-motion collapse that began the moment he put on a Lakers jersey. That's where everything started to unravel. The pressure, the expectations, the constant microscope of Los Angeles basketball. Every missed shot turned into a headline. Every turnover became a meme. The same crowd that once roared for Kobe now jeered for Russ. It was a storm that even a man as mentally tough as Westbrook couldn't escape unscathed. And now, years later, the aftermath still lingers. Reports said he snapped recently, smashing his phone in frustration after hearing that Giannis Antetokounmpo's brother, Alex, had signed before him. Imagine that. A 9-time All-Star. A former MVP. The all-time triple-double king, waiting for a call that never came while role players and two-way contracts filled up rosters around him. His wife, Nina, confirmed the story, saying it broke him for a moment. Not because of ego, but because of disbelief. How did it come to this? How did one of the fiercest competitors of his generation become an afterthought in the very league he helped define? Ever since that turbulent Lakers chapter, it's been a non-stop free fall. Trades, criticism, benchings, mockery. Russell Westbrook went from being the heartbeat of Oklahoma City to being treated like a cautionary tale. His latest deal, 1 year, $3.6 million with the Sacramento Kings, marks his 7th team in 6 years. That's not a comeback story, that's survival mode. The same man who once stared down entire defenses now fights just to stay on an NBA roster. And when you look closer, the real tragedy isn't just what happened, it's how it happened. Because it wasn't talent that failed him. It was perception. The Lakers didn't just move on from Russell Westbrook, they broke the myth of Russell Westbrook. Inside that locker room, tensions ran high. Ego clashes, chemistry issues, and a system that never fit his game turned a dream partnership with LeBron James into a nightmare. Once the season crumbled, someone had to take the blame, and the finger pointed squarely at Russ. He became the scapegoat for everything that went wrong in Los Angeles. His critics said he was washed, that he couldn't shoot, that he was holding the team back. But behind the scenes, players told a different story. Pat Beverley, known for being one of the toughest, most outspoken players in the league, called Westbrook the best teammate he's ever had. Austin Reeves echoed it. Paul George did too. Guys who shared the floor with Russ said the same thing. He showed up to every practice, encouraged every teammate, brought energy to every game. He was the last one out, the loudest one cheering, and the first one to take responsibility when things went south. But the narrative was already written. Once the media decides who you are, there's no rewinding the tape. So, when the off-season hit, Westbrook gambled on himself, again. He turned down a $3.5 million player option with Denver, betting he'd find a better deal in free agency. Teams called, but no one committed. A team in China even offered him $14 million, 4 times more than what he'd make in the NBA, but Russ refused. Because deep down, he still believed he belonged here. Pride. Loyalty. The undying belief that he could still change a game. But the silence grew louder, and for the first time in nearly 2 decades, Russell Westbrook faced the possibility that the league might move on without him. When the call finally came from Sacramento, it wasn't salvation, it was a lifeline. A 1-year veteran minimum contract. But even now, even in that moment of humility, Westbrook walked in with his head high. Because that's who he is. The Kings, desperate for leadership and fire off the bench, saw what others didn't, an opportunity to harness that relentless energy one more time. Their bench was weak, their second unit inconsistent, and their locker room needed a spark. And say what you will about Russ, but no one lights a fire like him. Still, this isn't an easy fit. Sacramento's lineup is loaded: DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis, all players who dominate the ball. There's only one basketball, and every possession will be a battle for touches. But Westbrook thrives in chaos. He's the kind of player who brings storm clouds and thunder with him, and sometimes, that's exactly what a stagnant team needs. The Kings aren't chasing perfection, they're chasing pulse. They want speed, aggression, and edge. And no one embodies that better than Russ. Yet the ghosts of his past still follow him. The missed threes, the memes, the playoff collapses. For years, Westbrook has been painted as the man who plays with fire but burns out when the lights get brightest. From Oklahoma City to Houston, Washington to Los Angeles, the pattern feels familiar. The triple-doubles, the highlights, the pure electricity. Then, come playoff time, the story changes. But is that fair? Or is it just convenient for fans who love easy narratives? Because when you strip it all back, the numbers tell a different story. Last season, Russ averaged 13 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds on nearly 45% shooting. Those aren't washed-up stats. Those are solid starter numbers. He even posted the best 2-point shooting percentage of his career. But still, teams passed. The whispers said he was too emotional, too fiery, too unpredictable. But maybe that's exactly what makes him great. That raw passion, that never-die energy, that refusal to coast. In an era of load management and brand-conscious athletes, Russell Westbrook still treats every possession like it's life or death. The truth is, Russell Westbrook represents something the NBA is losing. He's not just a player, he's a throwback to the days when heart mattered more than algorithms. He's stubborn, flawed, emotional, human, and that's what makes his story resonate. You don't have to love him to respect him, because through all the noise, all the hate, all the headlines, he never stopped showing up. Even now, at 36, on a minimum contract, he's still grinding, still diving for loose balls, still shouting for every rebound like it's Game 7 of the finals. That's legacy. And maybe that's what this final chapter in Sacramento is all about. Not redemption in the eyes of critics, but peace in the heart of a man who gave everything to this game. He doesn't need another MVP, another triple-double record, or even a championship ring to prove his worth. He's already done what most can only dream of. What he wants now is simple: respect. The kind that isn't handed out in press conferences or highlight reels, but earned through sweat and scars. Because when the story of Russell Westbrook is finally written, it won't just be about stats or rings. It'll be about fire, about resilience, about a man who refused to let the world define him, no matter how loud the noise got.